Hi, I'm Jeweliyana, and today in the kitchen, we're going to take an ordinary apple spice muffin and give it a deliciously different twist. You can make this muffin recipe just everyday style with simple apple spice muffins, or you can go full bakery style with me and make the apple crisp topping with cream cheese. So let's get started. We're going to want our oven good and hot, so let's preheat it to 425. Next, we need to get our muffin tins ready, and if you're just making regular apple muffins, you can spray right in a tin with non-stick or use paper liners. But if you're going to go full bakery style with me today, which I recommend you do because it's delicious and awesome, you're going to need these bakery wraps. And if you don't have any, don't worry, they're super easy to make. I'll put a link in the description to one of my other videos that shows you how, and I even found them on Amazon. So let's get to the dry ingredients now. For our dry ingredients, you're going to want to sift everything into a large bowl. So I'm using one of these old school sifters. If you don't have one of those, you can just use a sieve like this and put the flour in it. And if you don't even have any kind of sifter, you can just put it all in the bowl and fluff it up a bit with a fork, because the idea is that you just want to get some air into the flour. And you're going to need 1 3/4 cups of flour and a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and then you want to add just 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And next we want to add our spices. So you're going to want a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of allspice, 1/2 teaspoon of ground clove, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then just sift all that into your bowl. And then using a spatula, you just want to stir it around and make a well in the center. And then we'll just set this aside until we have our wet ingredients ready to go. Next, we're going to whip up the crumble top. So you'll need 1/2 cup of melted butter. And in a small bowl, mix 1/2 cup of oats, 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then once you have that all nicely blended, you want to add the melted butter. And stir it around with the fork so you get that nice crumbly mix. It's kind of a very wet, crumbly mix, but in my experience, this makes the tastiest crumble top. It's not so dry like some of the other ones. Next up, we need to take care of some scullery duties. So if you're going to use some nuts and raisins, you want to get those ready. 1 cup of raisins is what I'm going to use. And my favorite hack for chopping walnuts so that they don't go flying all over the kitchen is put them in a Ziploc baggie and just roll your rolling pin or smash it with an ice cream scoop or something. And then your nuts are as good as chopped and none flew all over the kitchen. And if you're going to try the trick with the cream cheese in each muffin, which I highly recommend if you love cream cheese, just cut it into a bunch of little cubes. And I like to do that on a piece of parchment paper or waxed paper just because it's easier to keep them separate and at the ready when it's time to put them in the muffins. You want to cut it into small cubes about the size of chickpeas, and you want to have about 4 or 5 per muffin. If you are going to use the cream cheese, you want to make sure you use full fat cream cheese. The diet stuff will separate and get wet and soggy, and the regular stuff just stays rich and creamy and delicious, the thing we love about cream cheese and baking. And then of course our last bit of scullery duty is to peel and grate a couple of apples. We want to use a nice firm baking apple, so green apples, Granny Smith, or Honeycrisp work really great. For this recipe, we need 2.5 cups of fresh grated apple, and it's better if you use the large side of your grater rather than the fine. It might take a minute or two longer than opening a jar of applesauce, but it is so worth it. They taste so much better when you're able to use fresh ingredients. And now it's time to put our wet ingredients together. So in another bowl, you want to have 2 eggs. And to that, we're going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And some of you are probably going, brown sugar, that doesn't look wet to me. But the thing about sugar is that it's classified as a wet ingredient because as soon as it hits the wet stuff, it melts and dissolves. So that's why we put the sugar in with the wet ingredients, and you want to whisk the eggs and sugar together to try and get any lumps out of the sugar that you have. But don't worry, they shall dissolve quickly because that's what sugar does. And to that, you want to add 1/2 cup of oil. I am using olive oil. You can use whatever oil you like. I think it's best to mix each of the liquid ingredients in before you add the next one. It just tends to blend nicer. And your next ingredient is 1/4 cup of sour cream. And you want to use full fat sour cream again because it does make a difference in baking. And then to this, we want to add a teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 cup of milk. And then we just want to pour our liquid ingredients into the well we made. This is a good time to switch to a spatula because it's easier to do the mixing. One of the secrets with muffins is to not over mix them. So that's also why you switch to a spatula, because it's kind of hard to over mix. So we want to blend it just enough to absorb the dry ingredients. In fact, it doesn't even have to be completely blended in before we add the apple. And I'm only adding 1.5 cups of apple to the batter. We want to reserve a whole cup of the shredded apple for the topping. This is part of what makes them so awesome, you guys. It's like you got this beautiful apple spice muffin underneath with a little bit of like apple crisp on top and some cream cheese inside. It's kind of like muffin heaven. Wait till you try them. Okay, back to our batter. Let's add the raisins now. And the nuts. This way we don't over mix it for sure because we don't even have all the flour blended in yet. So just kind of give it a couple folding stirs where you go down to the bottom of the bowl and up and around. And then into the muffin tins we go. If you happen to have one of those quick release ice cream scoops, they are awesome for this kind of task. But as you can see, I don't have one, and it's not that hard to do it with a spoon and a spatula. Just gotta kind of aim with your spoon and then clean with your spatula. And then if you decided to try the cream cheese, you want to put a couple of cubes on each muffin and then push them in just a little bit with a knife. They don't have to be completely submerged in the batter. It just helps if they're kind of pushed in a little bit. And the last thing you want to do is put a little bit of the crumb topping on each of them. Whoops, I lied. That wasn't the last thing. I almost forgot the apple. Good thing they're not all topped yet. So before you put the crumble on, let's put a little bit of apple on. So let's add a little bit of that apple on top of each muffin. And now we can add the crumble top. Then into the oven they go at 425 for 5 minutes, and then we'll turn the oven down to 400 and continue baking for 15 to 20 minutes till they're golden brown and the toothpick comes out clean. I think it's time for a coffee break. They smell amazing. A couple quick tips for you on the toothpick test. When you insert it, make sure you do it a couple spots just in case you hit the cream cheese and it comes out wet, and then try another spot and it comes out dry. As long as it's coming out dry in most of the spots, that means you're not hitting cream cheese. So enjoy your muffins. I hope you try this recipe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Have a great day.